Hi, this is Pat McDonald, your host for Banter and Beans, where our tagline is What's Brewing in Montpelier? And joining me in studio is Dr. Pelin Kohn. Welcome, Pelin.
Hi.
Hi. Pelin and I serve on the board of directors here at Orca, but she's also works at community college and is rerunning or running again for a seat on the Montpelier City Council.
Yes.
Not too much going on.
It's a great summary of my life. Yeah, everything is happening and it's a great punchline.
That's great. She's also an author, and I'm going to have you back for a longer show so we can talk about all the things you do. But for now, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and why Montpelier Council?
Yeah, so it's a great start of a discussion. And I always start when I talk about myself, the year I moved here to Montpelier. My family and I moved here in 2017. Oh. And because my husband got a job offer, so he's American. We used to live in Turkey. I'm originally from Turkey. I'm Turkish American, and we used to come to United States every summer. So when we decided to move back, I said, yeah, I can do it. Like, I know everywhere. I was in the United States as a Fulbright scholar during my master's degree, and we were in Ames, Iowa. So I said, of course, my husband's from Chicago. I know Chicago. I can. Then we came here.
A little different than Chicago, huh?
Yeah, and I said, wait a minute. During Fulbright's scholarship, they told us, this is real America. Then when our husband takes me to the Chicago, he said, this is real America. Then I move here. I think this is real America. So there are so many different Americas. Yeah. But I fell in love with Montpelier. Yeah. So first year, I just attended senior center classes because I didn't have a job. Then I had a job at the senior military college, and I taught there and created their leadership program and leadership center. I established both of them. Then now I'm working for community college, and I'm really enjoying being here. When I first moved here, I was sitting in our backyard, and I said, oh my God, this is so peaceful. I cannot do this because I came from a capital of Turkey with 4 million people. Then after a year, I was sitting at the same place and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is so peaceful. I cannot live anywhere else. And since then, Montpelier is really center of my life. And I became American citizen in 2020.
Great.
And including my family, my friends tell me, okay, now you're an American citizen, but always remember people will see you as an immigrant. So that fact will not change. And I said the same, okay, if I cannot change the fact, let me play with it a little bit. Right. Then I became more interested in how, as an immigrant woman, I can be more part of my community. That's why I decided to run a city council, and I served my first term. Now I am running for a re-election for my second term.
So, and what are the terms? 2 years each?
2 years,
2 years.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. That's great. So you enjoyed it on the council?
Yeah, I do. I like being at the table, having a voice. Because of my education, my background, and I do all this different nonprofit services, I knew that I can bring a lot to the table. But after being on the council, I realized that that's not about me. That's about my community. That's why I started listening session, monthly session for my district residents. And my fellow city council, district to city council, he is also very happy co-hosting this with me. So for over 2 years, every month, we come together with our district 2 residents. We announce it publicly. We also have an email list, so we send announcement to there. And we listen to our neighbors, our friends.
You're in District 2,
yeah,
is that right?
District
now,
2.
is that when you look at Montpelier?
Oh, our district has most like residential density.
Yeah.
So it is just for voting purposes. We have 3 districts in Montpelier. It's just the map. We are all neighbors and residents, but,
Right.
but in terms of voting and serving, then each city councilor belongs to a specific district. And
Right.
we have 3 districts, and each district has 2 city councilors.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
You really picked 2 really great years. I mean, for being new and dealing with the flood, and there were several floods, the big one in the summer, and then 2 sort of, I hate to call them mini, because if you got hit, it's not so
Yeah.
mini. But anyway, just flooding for a long time. What was that impact for you all in the council? You must have been going crazy trying to help people.
Yeah, it was very emotional.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is almost like being a parent or caregiver, right? You have to be there
Yep.
for other people, and you cannot have the luxury of like letting, like you cannot be, okay, I cannot do this. You have to
Right.
be there, strong, and like it is very interesting because when the flood happened, my friends from Burlington, they said, oh, come, we are having a house party. And I said, I cannot come. Montpelier is under the wall. And they said, what? We
Right.
don't have anything here. And I took pictures and they said, oh my gosh, what's happening there?
Yeah.
And we hosted one of our like closest friend because he used to live in downtown in an apartment building. He and like his sweet cat came and stayed with us. And like it was a real kind of, I don't know, I used to watch like American movies, like kind of, I don't want to say it's like end of the world or something.
Right.
After the flood, when all the water went away,
Right.
I was walking around downtown and it looks like that.
Yeah.
Like all
Right,
all
like
the
a
like
war scene or something,
yeah,
right?
all the things are in
Right.
front of the houses, like in front of the stores. It's empty. Nobody was at the downtown, but I felt that I have to see because we still had our city council meetings because it was like a crisis management time.
Well, and the city council, the building got hit big time.
Yes.
I mean, the basement was gone.
Yeah.
And I liked, I was here for the 1991 or 2 flood. I worked for state government. And both my buildings, I was commissioner of personnel. Both the buildings they're just gone. But City Hall got really hit. You couldn't sit in that council room.
No,
because
for a
it was
long
chock
time, yeah.
full of papers and everything. It was terrible.
Yeah, it is. So that's another thing we used to tell when people like, oh, can you please do this? And like with the staff and us like, yeah, but we are not in our buildings yet.
Right.
So, but everybody was so helpful, so supportive. And like I have friends from Barrie. Barrie got hit pretty bad
Yes,
too.
they did, yes.
And although we are like together, all the like community support that Montpeliers are getting,
Yep.
some of the towns they couldn't get that much support. So I was really proud of living in Montpelier
Yeah.
and being part of this community because people, I saw them
Yep.
like how hard they work
Yep.
to support each other. High school students, they came and serve and
Yep.
help the volunteers, whatever they do. Like schools, students, families, neighbors, like we were there for each other. So that is very inspiring for me. And then you feel like, oh, I need to do more, like for this community because they are always there for each other.
Yep.
So then you feel like more responsible as a resident or an elected official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Vermont. I get mad sometimes about the politics and all this, and I go crazy. But then something like this happens, and when I was in the flood back in '91 or 2, I mean, people just come out of the woodwork to help. No questions asked. They just pitch in and help,
Yeah.
and it really makes you feel glad to be here.
Yeah, and
It
also
really is.
like our friend's neighbor, they had a lizard in their apartment flat, and they couldn't take the lizard with them. So next day they went to their apartment building, and there was still water, and they were like walking up
To
to
save the
here.
lizard.
Yeah, and they did.
Oh.
See, it is not only like people are helping
Oh, yeah,
each other.
yeah.
Like we like people were saving their animals.
right.
That's how we are connected
Yep.
to things happening around us. But again, we are not there yet because at the city council, as a city councilor, like with other councilors, we really want to see some kind of flood emergency
Yep.
plan set
Right,
up.
right.
We start, working on it, and there are like other nonprofits and commissions are helping with us. I think the next step should be we should have a very good plan, so we don't have to wait until it happens.
Right,
We need
right.
to be ready, and we cannot change the environment. Like some people say that it is like taking revenge from us. I kind of believe that because we are not very good at with the like environment and everything.
Right.
But at the same time, yeah, we cannot stop it, but we can at least decrease the impacts, like negative impacts. That's why it is so important for me. After the election, if I'm on the like council again, I want to see like a complete emergency, like flood emergency plan.
And it's double important here in Montpelier, I think, because this is the state capital.
Yeah.
And there's a working relationship between Montpelier and the state capital to have access for people. So in the time that we have left, Pelin, what is your, I don't know, what are you running on when people say, what do you want to see change? What are the
Yeah.
things that you're focused on to go back or continue working on what you were working on?
Yeah, so we've started, I am part of the city council that started like, we are talking about creating a better strategic plan because all the challenges, all the crises, not only Montpelier, but like national, state level,
Right.
national level, and also global level, we are having so many things. And sometimes I feel that, oh, this is such a great place to live, and I'm kind of away from all the things happening globally. That's
Not
not
anymore,
true.
right.
That's why we need a very good, clear strategic plan that everybody can understand, and we need to link it to our budget, to our infrastructure problems, to our like economic development, to our like how we can make a more better downtown business for business
Right,
owner, for
right.
residents. So it is very important how we see things. And I want to continue to do that work because we've
Great.
already started. And another thing, we are talking about like how we can create more affordable housing. So
Right.
I've started talking to local nonprofits, like local developers, because if we stay and just like wait for the money coming from other, it will take so much long. And sometimes I talk to people and they are very nice. They say, we want to see there's things happening, but probably we won't be here because we are too old. So we cannot wait 10 or 20 years more.
you gotta do it
and
now.
The best thing is maybe start talking locally, bringing people together. And one of the things I can bring, which I'm already doing, but I can continue doing it, bring people. Because I'm an Emerge graduate, I'm a Vermont Leadership Institute program alumni. I attended global leadership program from World Council on Vermont Council on World Affairs.
Oh,
so I
right.
have so many people who are like current leaders doing so many good things for their town, for the state. And I have those connections, and I just want to bring everyone together.
Right.
And like maybe you also observe this, somehow we still work in our silos. Although we are such a
Yes.
small state,
Yes, we do.
yeah, we still do. Like
Right.
you can reach out to anyone you want. Oh, governor, like
Yeah, right.
oh, like senator, congresswoman. Because we are such a good community, we can do this. But when it is the time to work on issues, everybody goes their rooms or like buildings.
They hunker down.
Yeah,
That's
so
right. You're so right.
Yeah, I just want to bring people together because they are already talking to me. So why not?
Right.
Let's start talking together.
And you should, I think in Montpelier is a great community. We've tried in the state to do exactly what you're talking about. And that's a little different because the state is just huge and everywhere. But here, it's a smaller community. And I was very impressed with the number of people that came out to the first public hearing you had after the flood. I mean, you had, I don't know how many people, standing
Yeah.
room only, and that was very encouraging, and people just wanted to share and wanted,
Exactly.
they just want to talk and get it done.
Yeah.
And I think a strategic plan is critical.
Yeah, and also we share happiness too, right? We are having festivals,
Yeah, right.
like our lighting the bridge thing with the
wasn't that great?
lanterns.
Yeah.
Like it was like so nice,
Yeah.
and we are a great community. We share our joy and like sorrow and also emotions together. That's
Right.
really, and that's what another thing. Like I learned here. When I come here, 80,000 people, right? It still seems quite a bit number. Then when you talk about something, you cannot make a gossip because everybody knows
Yeah, right,
everybody.
yes.
Then it creates like a really good
Yeah.
sense of community because you have to support each other.
Right.
You cannot say things like behind people.
I always tell people, say kind things to everybody. 'Cause
Exactly.
you never know who they're related
Yeah.
to, so
And
always be kind.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
that nice that
Yeah, it's
everybody
great.
knows everybody? When when we moved here, my kids they were in the 6th grade and 4th grade, and because of this sense of belongingness, I know that when Mom, we will go and walk around downtown with our friends. I feel like yes, you can, because probably one of my friends will see you, right, and then they
Right.
will support you and protect you. That's why
Right.
I'm really happy being
That's
here and living here, because I know that wherever you are coming from, whatever your background is, whatever you want to achieve, there is always people who can support you in Montpelier.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Pat McDonald, your host for Banter and Beans, where our tagline is, "What is brewing in Montpelier?"